Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 5 of RWBY. As you can see, the format of the video is now different. I kind of took a few hints from Jake of the One Man Band. I thought maybe that might actually be a better thing, and I might actually incorporate this in my wrestling reviews, because I shouldn't be the focus here. The show should be. So this is what I'm going to be doing. And you know what? This was a Blake heavy episode. We got a chance to see her home, menagerie, the people, the fondness, the White Fang, and how basically Sun did not make a good impression. But let's get to the very beginning. I don't like to go in sequence, but I need to here. Sun getting off the boat and then seeing menagerie for the first time, because he grew up in minstrel. And for him, seeing only fondness was a shock to him. For me personally, the entire scene of hearing Blake explain why they have only 1/3 of land to play with, because the remaining 2/3 of desert is way more dangerous than Vacchio, Minstrel, Vale, and Atlas. It's way more dangerous. Knowing that they wanted equality, but this is what they got stuck with, and how upsetting it was to her, was something that resonated with Sun, and also resonated with myself. I don't like to talk a lot about myself, but my background is very varied. I'm Puerto Rican, black, and I have Native American. I have Cherokee or Navajo or both. I don't really know. I've been told that I might have both. And it's shocking to hear you could have both. But anyway, knowing how the tribes used to be treated, knowing how the reservations have been set up, and for me, as a small child, hearing anything Native American truly upset me. It used to make me just cry. And I know that sounds stupid for a little kid who grew up in New York, who grew up with a black mother and a barely around father who was Puerto Rican, would just cry to something Native American, but I did. So this scene really meant something to me very personally. It really touched me more than any scene that I've seen so far from RWBY in any of the general volumes. And there's been a lot of them that have been touching. But for me, this one was very touching. It meant something to me. And hearing that, even though they don't have much, they're all one people. They care for one another. And it's a place you can feel safe, was something important to hear. And then seeing Sun get shocked that basically it's not a small house that Blake grew up in, it's a monster mansion. Not only got him excited, got him shocked, but then got him scared, because when they start knocking on the door, he's saying, now I'm kind of getting scared because of these big doors that look like some monster's going to come out. But here's an interesting thing. The monster that came out was Molly, Blake's mom. And let's be honest here. I'm not saying Blake ain't gorgeous. She's a beautiful fondness. But when you look at her mom, yeah, she's an older woman. She got some makeup on. She got a couple of earrings in her ear. But let's be honest, she is hot. Damn it all, now you know where Blake gets her looks from. But she didn't get all of it because her mom is damn good looking. And then you see Blake's dad, what is his name? Gira. If I'm pronouncing his name, Giru. I don't think he said Giru. I think Gira. And the thing we learn is that not only he's the chieftain, the leading chieftain of Menagerie, but he was the former leader of the White Fang, which makes sense of what Blake said in Volume 1, Episode 16. I think Black and White, that was the name of the episode. I don't always remember the names. And when she was sitting down with Sun, and she's explaining that she used to be part of the White Fang, and she grew up with it, and I'm sure I put an image right near me, showing this scene where she's telling Sun at the time that she grew up dealing with the White Fang, being in every one of the rallies, is because her dad was the one who ran them. He was the one who was the leader of the White Fang. And it makes some sense why Blake would take this so offensively. This is like her heritage. Her dad was a part of it, and it's obvious her mother had to be a part of it. So she was a part of it. It's a family thing. And then the thing that I like the most out of the entire situation. Sitting down, drinking some tea, Molly liking Sun, and Gira did not like him. He did not like Sun. He didn't like Sun. We went to the door dealing with the representatives of the White Fang, which was Corsic, and what is his name? Fanadaria. I think that's his name. What is his name? I could not pronounce his name properly. Fanadarian or Fanadaria. I think it's Fanadarian. And then you got Corsic. These guys put on a nice show, basically saying the main part of the White Fang is still clean, but Adam Torres' branch near Vale has become dirty. And they were honest about it. And this is a good thing that happened. Taking away the part that I loved about pretty much hearing Molly say she likes him. She's approving. I don't mean to jump around, but you get my point that both of these segments, and I'm seeing them from a wrestling point of view, are promo segments. You got one very good promo segment of dealing with basically the family of Blake. And then you got the segments of seeing Gira's interaction with the White Fang. Seeing how Blake and Son are explaining what happened in Vale, that they sent basically Adam sent the White Fang in with the Grimm, attacked people, killed people, and destroyed the Beacon Academy, and messed up Vale. It was a wonderful thing to see that we got more elaboration on what happened, how Blake felt about this situation, how angry she was that everything she truly cared about has fallen. And that, what is his name? Karsek and Fanagarian, I'm pronouncing his name, Fanadarian, I think that's the name, basically said this: it's true, it happened. And what was the name that they said in episode 1? Sienna Khan. And I believe, I can't remember the guy's name that was sent to deal with her. He was one that was sent to deal with Adam and Sienna Khan. I can't remember his name right now. I may put a picture of him right near my face so you know who I'm talking about. But he was one who was supposed to deal with them. And in that episode, we got the name of the current leader of the White Fang. It's not Adam who's dealing with the White Fang in Vale as the main leader. He's a branch leader. So now you get a bigger elaboration of the situation. And you also see these two guys walking down the steps from Belladonna's home. And you see that they already are plotting against Gira, Blake, Son. I'm sure Molly are going to get nailed. And they're going to have Adam come back to to Menagerie to probably deal with all of them. This is going to be a very interesting volume. Because now that we see more about the White Fang, how interacting they are with Salem, how Salem's already sent a representative there, how members from the main branch of the White Fang have now gone to Adam Torres' side. We really don't know how bad things are going to get. I said in my last episode, we don't know how far Adam Torres is going to go with Salem. And I still believe this, that Adam is a wild card, even though probably Sienna Khan, who is the current leader of the White Fang, is going to still tell him what the hell to do. I do not believe Adam is going to go with it. I believe Adam's going to go the way he wants to go. And even though it will still follow what Salem wants, he's going to go off and do something entirely different, which is going to hurt the... I really believe this, that what Adam is going to do, more than what Salem is going to do, more than what Sienna Khan, who is current White Fang leader, is going to do, I truly feel like Adam is going to be more dangerous to the faunus than the regular humans are. I just don't believe that Adam is really caring about anybody else except his point of view, and everyone be damned, including faunus who believe in another point of view. But this is just my point of view. You guys tell me below how you feel. I hope you enjoyed this episode 5 of RWBY Volume 4. Please give me a comment if you want me to continue doing it like this. I actually may do this to my wrestling reviews because it seems a bit different. And I think I might like it. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.